Hi there, I'm E.T. Gulock. I was at the grocery store, a not-so-convenient convenience store at the edge of town. I was standing between the peanut butter and the jelly, which I always thought odd. On my left, there was a jar of pulverized nuts, and on my right, there was a jar of obliterated fruit. And I wondered if our ancestors ever stood between a nut tree and a fruit tree and thought, I want to crush them and put them together. But then they were like, why would I do that? And so they didn't, and the popularization of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches didn't arise until the early 20th century. Invention forever being somewhere in between accident and intention. Opportunities missed. Missed opportunities. Missed opportunities. Like this. There I was standing in an aisle of glass jars, and I turned by happenstance to see someone that I thought I knew, but on second glance maybe I didn't know them at all. And so I started sifting through my mind palace archives of appropriate pleasantries. Do I say nothing? Is that cold as hell? Do I say hello? Is that too formal? Do I say hi? Is that a good midway point? Do I say, yo, home skillet, what's up in his house? Is that too intimate? The person was now entering my threshold of timely greetings, and in a split decision. And by split decision, I mean my decision was split between all of my options. So instead of choosing one, my brain picked all of them. And it came out something like, yai, yai. And then I said nothing, just to cover the fourth option as well. And I'm pretty sure the person was fine with that. Nothing more needs to be said. Because by that point I had determined that I did not know that person at all. But this painfully tragic failure of a social interaction invited me, inspired me, prompted me, provoked me to start paying a little more attention to the details of my surroundings. All these people I didn't know. All these people who were coming and going, staying and leaving. The woman who's desperately trying to control her kid, who's eating all of the animal crackers in the establishment. And by all of the animal crackers, I mean all of the animal crackers. And speaking of animals, the butcher who is cutting up cuts with cutleries. Pieces of animal that we acquire energy from. Energy that was previously absorbed by those living animals, and now we are subsuming them into our own energy purposes. I'm just realizing now how weird that is. The cycle of life. And I thought to myself, these people are strangers. But in an infinite collection of universes, each and every one of these people could be my best friend, could be my family. I could be tight homies with all these people. I could run into any of these people again and start up a conversation, but instead I said, yay! But that's okay. That's okay. I accept myself. And so I started listening to these voices, shot from their vocal cords into the outerness, and stories, fragmented stories, but stories nonetheless, started presenting themselves. How many times do I have to tell you, Jacob, not to eat all of the animal crackers? Ah, sont des mots qui vont très bien ensemble. And then I was like, oh, guys, but I'm a vegan. Don't you even know how ectoplasm works?
And then I totally beat his keister in croquet, and I know that you totally don't think that croquet is a manly sport, but they do it in Britain.
Oh my god, Stacy, it's not like I hate my job, it's just that I don't love it, and my boss is a total D-bag, and I just don't enjoy anything that I do.
Somebody get me some celery right now!
And just then a louder voice, a clearer voice was rising above the others, above the cacophony, the crowd, the symphony of voices and noises and utterances. What was it saying? What was he or she or they? What were they saying? I was trying to listen, I was trying to discern it from the other voices. And then all of a sudden, there it was, the most important voice of them all, the one saying the most significant thing that I had heard all day. What was he saying? Paper or plastic? And I'm gonna tell you something. Bobby wanted some serious animal crackers up in here. I mean, if you think about it, we all have nipples. But why? It's really just what brings all of humanity together on this rock that's flying through space. And that is dope. And let me tell you something else. my husband, your father. It's like if he was a tea bag, but a D-bag, and you could just dunk him in water and he would just ooze out total debaggery. C'est quoi, Jacques? And I don't know what the crap I'm saying, cause I'm not a suburban mother.
I'll totally beat your keister and croquet right now. We'll settle this out in the parking lot. Just a couple of guys doing what men do with other men.
But like, in the words of the goddess Taylor Swift, I'm just gonna shake it. Some ants on a log, put some peanut butter, put some pulverized nuts on top of that with some raisins, but we're gonna pretend it's a metaphor for ants. Celery.